friends, come on in, take your shoes off, have a seat, and consider staying a while by clicking that subscribe button. Good morning, prepper and survival family. Happy Monday. I am so happy to be back on a regular schedule. I don't know what it is about vacations. Maybe it's just me, but I always feel like jet lagged and tired, and it takes me a few days to get back on my normal schedule. Almost like you need a vacation, a mini vacation from your vacation when you get back. But I feel well rested now after taking the weekend, and I'm just ready to go, and I'm just happy to be back on here with you. Obviously being gone for a week, we needed to go and get our everyday groceries that we keep in the freezer, because our freezer or our fridge, sorry, not our freezer, was completely empty. So we went to the grocery store to get our normal lunch and breakfast stuff, and I could not believe the prices. I hate admitting this because I don't know. So for the last year, we've really been hearing about food shortages and things like that, and we've had holes on the shelves, and I'm ashamed to say that it's just become normal, which it shouldn't be normal to us, but it is what it is. I'm just being honest. As long as there's been food on the shelves, at the beginning of the pandemic, there was nothing. So now that there's only a little bit of holes here and there, I'm just okay, this is okay, it's getting better. This is the optimistic person in me. We still have continued to stock though, and keep up food and stuff like that in our stockpile, but I just wasn't ready for the inflation, which is crazy because Ice Age Farmer and all the other prepper channels I watch have been warning us that food's gonna go up, that's inflating. I mean, everything else is inflating. If you look at prices of wood and that kind of thing, we ordered a custom rocking chair from an Amish lady. We can't even get that until the end of this month, even though we ordered it clear back in December. So there's been a few things where I'm yeah, inflation is happening and stuff, but I just went to the store just 2 weeks ago, and they had watermelon. And Indiana, really fruit's kind of disgusting in the winter because it's all imported, it's not fresh. So at mid to end April is when it starts getting good. So I had just bought a watermelon 2 weeks ago, you guys, for $2, which is pretty good around here. It's still, like I said, off season, but it's starting to get riper. This trip that we took to Walmart, or I think it was Meijer, I'm sorry, we went to Meijer. A watermelon was $8.30. $8.30. That's not just for a watermelon. Broccoli 2 weeks ago was $1.50. It was $4.25, I want to say, or $4.18, something like that. And lunch meat, just one package, a half pound of lunch meat, was $14. I'm always going to be honest with you, and I'm a new prepper. I am. It's just what it is. We've only been at this about a year and a half, and I've only really gotten on the prepper train when everything was going out of stock. So I think now that we've seen food on the shelves, I think I kind of slipped back into my old ways a little bit. We've kept our stockpile full. We've kept our bug outs ready, or our bug out location ready, and our bug out bags ready. But I've just been kind of lax on the other areas of prepping. And I just want to apologize to you because I know a lot of you are here to share and get advice and stuff, and I don't think I was doing that part justice. So this was my wake up call, and this was needed. And I'm just ashamed of myself for not seeing it because of the shock of last year. And then I complain all the time about all these liberal people not seeing things, and then here I'm sitting here oh, we have our dry food, but it's okay because the organic fruits and vegetables and stuff are not gonna go up, blah blah blah. I don't know what's wrong with me, but again, this opened my eyes, and like I said, I will never lie to you, and I'm gonna be honest, and I'm a newer prepper. So this is me admitting my mistake of just getting too comfortable, and I think it's a good reminder, and I'm putting this out there because I think as humans, it's easy to do that, and I just want to put that out there as a warning that to not follow trends. Oh, who is it? I think it's Prepper Nation, John, on there. He always talks about don't prep with trends. He sees so many people prepping with the trends. So if a hurricane happens, people are only prepping for that, or if COVID, they're only prepping for COVID situations. He tries to prep to be prepared for as much as he can of anything. And this happening and seeing these food prices go up, has made me realize that I need to be more of that prepper and I need to stop kind of being, even though I complain about the media and being blinded about the media, I've fallen into that trap as well. So not following trends and not paying attention, but just kind of prepping all the time for my family. So now that I've eaten my crow and admitted that my wrong, what are we doing about these rising food prices? Well, first of all, I don't know, I'm gonna probably make a video on this. I don't know if you guys have seen the meat whole thing about them trying to like make it illegal to like raise meat, and like Bill Gates' whole thing, and like they're basically trying to take meat away from us. So the very first thing that we're doing to prepare is we're actually buying a bigger freezer. So we have a fridge freezer combo and like a small freezer out in our garage right now. Unfortunately, that is all the room that we've had because we're in a small house. Hopefully this next 6 months we'll be able to move to our homestead if we find it. But that being said, we're actually going to get rid of our small freezer and we're looking to buy a bigger freezer. So, and that's HTF situation. I know we're not going to have electricity. We're not going to be able to sustain that meat in a freezer. But the thing about prepping, and the thing I just went over, is we're not just prepping for like a zombie apocalypse. Like this inflation and this food prices, I think fits into a prepping scenario because there's going to be items that we could afford before that we can no longer afford. And we're sitting there scratching our heads saying, I don't know what to feed my family because I've never had to deal with this situation. So just preparing for these inflation prices, we were trying to stock up on meat and like dairy products now so that a year from now when they're $10 or over $10 from that $14 lunch meat, so $24 for a pack of lunch meat, we'll still have some in the freezer. And so we went out and we started to look at different freezers and something that would, you know, fit in our small garage and something that would be sustainable for us right now.
That's really the only ones that are of any size.
So these are the stand-up ones then?
Yeah.
I guess, so this would take up less room.
Yeah, you would have less.
Honestly, this would be nice because those long ones, yeah, we always have to pull everything out of it. It's so unorganized. My belly is only getting bigger being pregnant. We are still looking for a freezer, but we at least know that you heard us in the video, we want a stand-up one now, but we wanted to just do a little bit more research on different brands and that kind of thing because we don't want to spend almost $1,000 on something and it like go bad in a couple months because like a couple of the freezers they had there, the reviews were like, oh, it died in a few months, but we will be getting one of those by the end of the month, if not sooner. And like I said, we plan to stock meat, we plan to stock lunch meat, we plan to stock, I've heard of freezing eggs before and cheeses and that kind of stuff, so we're gonna look into that. And I am gonna continually, every time I pull something out, I'm gonna go to the store and refill it so that we at least have a good year's supply of things in there to prepare for this inflation and to keep feeding our family good protein that we want to be able to eat. The second thing that we are going to be doing to combat these higher food prices is growing our own food, so a garden. Now, I am going to be 8 months pregnant when I'm planting this year at the end of this month, and the baby is going to be born in the middle of the summer. So the last 6 months, I've really gone back and forth on whether I wanted to have a garden or not, just because, for obvious reasons. And I really wasn't going to do it until I had this shopping trip. And I just want to say and preface this that I'm not an expert gardener. I've only gardened for about the last 3 years. And again, I'll never lie on this channel. Like I said, I'm not an expert. This isn't the channel to come for gardening advice, even though I'm going to probably be making some gardening vlogs. I've successfully been able to grow beans, onions, any type of lettuce, so like kale or iceberg, and tomatoes. Those are the 4 categories. I've grown a small potato before, but everything else I've planted hasn't been successful. And so that really got me thinking that even though I'm going to be huge and be pregnant and just be uncomfortable, how much more important it is seeing these prices. It really woke me up to knowing how to grow my own food. And I want my son to be taken care of. I want my family to be taken care of. And I need to keep practicing because these food prices aren't going to go anywhere. So I've decided that I am going to garden. I am going to go for it and continue practicing and growing things. And like I said, I'm not an expert. So I'm saying this because I hear this and I see these a lot in the comments on the gardening channels that I watch to learn how to do things. Is like, I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to start. And I'm here to say I don't either. And I'm out here doing it, and that's what we need to do for our families. That's the best thing that we can be doing for our families, is trying and learning. And I think honestly the best way I've ever learned is through trial and error. and failing at something, I think that is the best lesson. So the best thing that you can do for your family is try. It doesn't have to be gardening. It could be anything in prepping and survival that will save your life someday. So looking at seeds, last year these were 99 cents. And this year they're almost $2.
Inflation.
I know. But I'm thinking, being pregnant, I think buying one of these, if I'm gonna garden to start them, is gonna be way easier. Unless we're just gonna wait till the end of May, say a prayer, and hope things come up. I know I can get beans to grow pretty good.
So what do you do? Just drop your seeds in here?
Yeah, it's like you start them in like what we would do in the garage, or we would do them out in the patio. So your seeds start growing in here, and then you transfer them to the garden.
Okay.
It helps make it easier, I guess, planting. Yeah, I'm thinking like the tomatoes and stuff, we're gonna try to grow in a pot, and then like just do all the garden beds, something really easy to grow, because being pregnant, I'm not gonna be able to like pull them over and stuff, you know? All right, so here's some pots. I didn't know if they'd be, I mean, these upper ones are more cheaper than, get those to replace the ones in the landscaping we killed. The third thing that we came up with to combat these inflation prices is to eat at home and make our own things. I am so ashamed to say we eat out way too much in our family. Like Michael and I probably eat out maybe 2 or 3 times a week. It's pure laziness. It's pure laziness because we don't want to make dinner, and that gets so expensive. And with these prices going up, before we could afford groceries and to do that, we're not going to be able to do that anymore. So we're really trying to make what we would order at a restaurant at home and make it taste good and learn how to do it so that we don't have to order out, and also it will save us hundreds of dollars a year, and will also save us money when we go to shop at the grocery store. It looks like our fries are done. Have started making our own bread, our own pizza. We do our own burgers, stuff like that. It's actually been really fun. It's been kind of like a date night every night for me and my husband. And also, a lot of you may or may not know this, but I started my channel tracking my health and weight loss journey. Then I got pregnant. Then I got into prepping, and that's kind of what this channel's turned into. But obviously, I want to get healthy, and I want to be the best mom I can be. And I think the best chance of survival is being in the best shape you can be. So I think eating at home is going to help me reach those goals and get healthier and lose some weight after the baby's here. And so I just think that goes hand in hand with this. And I also just want to add in, I guess this is kind of like a fourth thing, is just getting in shape. That's something my husband and I definitely plan on. We're starting to kind of work on it now. It's hard being pregnant because I can't lose a bunch of weight and I can't exercise the way I would if I was trying to lose weight. But we're starting now, and we want to continue that after the baby's born, because obviously the smaller you are, the less you eat. That'll save money on grocery bills, and you're also eating healthier and just getting healthier, and it'll save you all the way around, not just in food bills, but in medical bills and that kind of thing. So I just wanted to add that in really quickly here. So that is everything that we are doing right now. Obviously, we're going to continue to stockpile and eat out of our stockpile. But let me know in the comment section down below how you and your family are combating these high food prices. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It's free, it only takes a second, and it really helps the channel out. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!